It's a pity, honestly, there were no romantic options with Lily. It would have been a very interesting dynamic in the first season, at least. And also, it would have been pretty fun to play out. I know during my first playthrough of season 1, I thought that Lily would be a possible love interest for Lee because of Larry's warning to Lee at the end of episode 1. I guess I was expecting some sort of forbidden romance or something, I don't know. And I can imagine most of you could see from the very first introduction of Lily that her and Kenny were going to be rivals and that you, as a player, had to pick a side. And I hope I'm not the only one who kind of foresaw this dynamic of having to choose between a lover or a friend in season 1. Or at least I kind of foresaw that happening. But that never materialized, unfortunately. And I think the game would have been better with that, honestly. In my first playthrough of The Walking Dead Season 1, I sided with Lily over Kenny because I believed she was going to be Lee's love interest. But to my surprise and slight disappointment, it was Carly. And I didn't even really find out Carly was Lee's short-lived whatever love interest until my second playthrough of The Walking Dead Season 1, because in my first playthrough I actually picked Doug for whatever stupid reason I had. I forgot what it was exactly, but I know I picked him. And I know I didn't want to pick him, but I picked him. I think it's because I thought that he was like the less popular option, and I wanted to pick what I thought was less popular. I don't know. Let's just get back on topic. Honestly, I've always had a soft spot for Season 1 Lily. Even though in every other playthrough, besides my first and most recent, I side with Kenny. Because I just feel that he is just the better choice, honestly. But that's besides the point. Even though he can be a major prick when you don't side with him, if you don't help him kill Larry, you will be on his shit list for the rest of the game, seriously. But still, even in a Team Kenny playthrough, it's very hard for me to help him kill Larry because I don't like to hear Lily scream, honestly. I really don't. I would say, honestly, the meat locker scene is the second most unpleasant scene in the entire game. It has nothing to do with Larry, really, because I can't stand him one bit. It's just the idea of killing off the only family that Lily has left. Just an awful scene to watch, honestly. Larry was already worried about Lee getting with Lily. And if you don't remember, Larry even threatened to expose Lee's past to the group if he got too close to Lily. Which, as we all know, Lee never really got too close to Lily in that way. But just imagine Larry's reaction if we did. You know he would probably have a heart attack. Metaphorically, of course. And also literally. But also imagine Larry would keep his word and snitch on Lee unless the relationship is kept in secret. Or possibly it could have been started after Larry's death, assuming, of course, that you help Lily try to save Larry. And if the relationship started before Larry's death, I could see the possibility of Lily telling Larry to lay off Lee a bit, and also even standing up to him and telling him not to reveal Lee's secret. And you might say, what makes you think Lily would stand up against Larry in this, when she never does it in any other part in the game? And what gives me that idea is she has someone else to rely on other than Larry in this scenario. Because a big reason Lily doesn't stand up against Larry and depends on his approval so heavily, besides him being her father, is that he is all she has in life. But in this world, that's not the case, because now she has Lee and Clementine on her side. I think she would become a lot more independent, truthfully, and more willing to stand up against Larry. I could also see her becoming a better human being now that Larry has less influence over her. Like, I don't think she would have killed Carly/Doug in this world, even if Larry died. Assuming you take the Lily path, of course. Because it is clear as day that the loss of her father, who was pretty much her only support system in life, caused her to become erratic and paranoid. Which, in this world, she would still be acting a bit erratic and paranoid, but it would be toned down, and she would have someone to rely on, which was Lee. But she would also be depressed, of course, because the loss of her father. Like, she wouldn't be good off or anything. She would still be not doing well because it's her father dying. Come on. But she would definitely be a lot more contained in any bit of, erratic behavior, paranoia she has. She would be more contained and less trigger happy. Was Lilly being less paranoid cause Ben to get caught later than he was in our timeline? I don't know. If I were to guess, I would say he would probably get caught about as quickly as he did in our timeline, but that's just me. I know this is a side note, but did anyone else kind of wish there was an option to throw Ben off the train when he confessed to trying to make a deal with the Save Lots bandits? That literally got 3 people killed, and depending on your choices, Lilly left on the side of the road to die, or she comes with you and steals the RV. Not to mention, he almost got the whole group killed, or possibly worse, by the Save Lots bandits. Throwing Ben off would have been the most cold-hearted Lee moment in TWD, though, and I know for a fact it would horrify Clementine. I don't know how Kenny would have felt about it, though. I don't know if he would be horrified, or he might just say, the shitbird deserved it. It would probably depend on your relationship with Kenny, but yeah, that's all I have to say about that. During my second playthrough of Season 1, where I saved Carly, I was actually taken aback when it turned out that Carly was Lee's love interest, and quite frankly, that there was one in general. Because I figured that if there was going to be any romance in Season 1, it would have obviously been with Lilly, because she's a main character, where Carly, at least to me, always felt like a side character. No offense to Carly fans. I actually like the character quite a bit. She's definitely a much better person than Lilly, but I don't find her as interesting as Lilly. I also personally find Lilly to be more attractive than Carly. I mean, I remember when I first saw the scene where Carly touches Lee's face, and I was like, I really didn't see this coming at all. I'm going to have to end this video here, everyone. I would like to wish you all a happy Valentine's Day, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and comment too. Okay, goodbye.